Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your May 2020 general reading. I have with me the Radiant White, La Vida Sibila, and then I'll be pulling one each of Romance Angel, Angel Answer, and Golden Nostradamus card. I've already done some shuffling and meditation on your sign and glyph. So I'm going to put a couple more rifles on these, and then we'll get started with the reading. Oh, crikey. That didn't work, did it? Oh my God. Here we go. I'm having hot flash after hot flash. It's ridiculous. All right, here we go. Here we go. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, wow. The Sun. The Page of Swords. The Star card. Oh, the Eight of Swords. That's funny, Pisces. And I'll tell you why in a minute. My gods are funny. The Three of Pentacles. The Temperance card. You know, and the Temperance has been coming out in almost every reading, and I think this has to do with the fact that the South Node just moved into Sagittarius. I have South Node Sagittarius at 7 degrees, but it should be at 29 degrees now. You can always go to the main page without having to log in of the website and check the current planetary positions. There's the Eight of Pentacles. That's why I was laughing. And then the Ten of Wands. This is so funny because what this says is you're going to get some financial news. That your faith and belief has kept you balanced. You know the track that you're supposed to be on. And you get this financial news and it really answers your prayers. There may be some kind of something about it that you're not exactly, you don't like perhaps, maybe. But then, I mean, we go to this Eight of Pentacles and it's just so funny because it's like you feel like you're trapped in some kind of situation. And it's definitely something you're going to have to work on, right, till you perfect it. And it may be a heavy lift for you. This may be true. But this is a 10, and it tells me it's a changing energy. It's going to go into an ace. What is underneath the deck? The reverse justice card. This is so funny. And so, yeah, you get exactly what you want, but I don't think you like what you have to do for it. And so the question becomes, you know, if this is the case, particularly in the financial, you know, the state in which the world is in today and the effects that's having on everybody, are you going to be grateful for what it is that you're given, or are you going to just be like, well, I really don't know? Because the thing says that whatever this heavy lift is going to be, it won't last long. Now, threes can sometimes represent the idea of, what do you call it? Suspended events, meaning that there's going to have to be more work done before you can actually see any movement. But this tells me that whatever this situation is, maybe it's about this, it's been stagnant, but it's about to move on now. This could be the idea that you're going to have to sign some kind of contract. Okay? So let's take a look. This is so funny. This is kind of one of those things that says, oh, well, you know, it's really good, but, you know, instead of just don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's take a look at what this Eight of Swords can tell us, because it's right in the center. So this could be you right now, and you are in a position where you're not exactly sure what the hell's going on, and you're afraid to do anything at all, and you don't know what to think about it. But really, there's no need. And what I think, if it were me, I'd be focused on the next phase of this, even if I don't know what the next phase is. Sometimes we have to make plans and decisions without really knowing how that next step is going to come about, how that next part of that thing is going to come about. But that's why you are supposed to always maintain faith. You hear me talk a lot of times about how I do things and I don't have any clue whether or not it's going to turn out the way that I want it to, or whatnot. But I will go ahead and do things anyway. I mean, without having any clear direction of whether or not I'm doing the right thing. The thing is, I stay focused on the path that I'm on. I know exactly what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to go, but I may not know the path onto which I have to take or veer or something like that. So I've got these 2 8s, and 2 8s, hold on, can say that there is a slight concern regarding a new romance, relationship, or partnership. There it is. There it is. Now, the other meaning of the 2 8s, hold on. Oh, remember how I told y'all I had to get my book together and get everything, there it is, get everything off my phone. I don't know if that was the best thing or not. The other meaning of the 2 8s says you will receive news that affect the relationship. The news comes, and it's good news, and it's what you've been waiting on. It allows you some clarity on the situation, but there's something about it, okay, that throws you off. And I don't know if this is simply fear, worry, anxiety. This is the windmills of your mind. Whatever it is, you're spinning your wheels on nothing when this is what you should be doing. Okay? The 8 of Swords next to the Sun. It's right here. Here's the meaning. Hold on. It implies that regardless of the current adverse conditions, a definite change for the better is on its way. It tells you to persist, as your hard work, effort, and intentions will bring the desired outcome to fruition in quick time. There it is. Now, I don't know what else to tell you, because this is funny. It represents positive changes and a focus on imprisonment. You may be feeling unable to express your true feelings at this time. It tells of feeling or being trapped in an uncomfortable situation. This situation is self-inflicted and or self-imposed and would be easy to be free of it if an effort was made. With some clear thought, one is able to see themselves out of the situation. If one refuses to think and or see clearly, one will remain in this negative situation. See, this is just not the idea that everything's going to be okay. This is the idea that something should be illuminated for you. You should be able to see clearly what it is you need to see, but instead you're like this. It tells of a lady trapped in a situation that is of her own making. The ties and bonds are loose though, and can be shaken loose if you choose to do so. It can tell of feelings of restriction and of holding yourself back. Sometimes there's a sense of betrayal attached. It can indicate someone who is fearful of moving out of a situation, and there are feelings of confusion and a lack of clarity. It indicates that you are not bound in such a way that you could never hope to be free, and there is a feeling that this is a scene of temporary duration rather than real bondage. It implies that you may become involved in several unsuccessful ventures in an attempt to gain freedom. It suggests you seek advice from someone trusted and of a professional nature. Restrictions may be causing you concern when this card appears in a reading. It speaks of movement and freedom and may indicate a move, change of relocation, or your home or home family environment, and it may also indicate a journey, trip, or vacation in the near future. I think you're going to be moving. It tells of a time of relaxation and a release of anxiety and tension after a difficult and or stressful period. A circumstance or situation that you may have been concerned or worried about will have a positive It tells you to pay attention as some long-awaited news and or information is on its way to you. It suggests a desire to make changes and improve certain aspects of one's life, be it on the career or home front. At this particular time, though, only small achievements and improvements are likely to be made. This may be frustrating, but effort and perseverance will pay off in the long term, so you're asked to keep this in mind. Although you may be feeling trapped by your situation, your mind is free and full of activity. So you are asked to use this time to reflect on how the situation came about and how you will act once it is over. Once you are free of your current situation, you will feel a new sense of determination and personal strength. It may be an indication of the inability to make firm choices and decisions. And it may also be telling of restrictions and the feeling of being tied into a situation you are not comfortable with. It tells of fear, hurt, and confusion. It also implies that if you worry continuously, you run the risk of becoming depleted of energy, leading to illness and disease. It implies that you are unable to think clearly, so it is advisable to seek sensible advice and take it. It may be warning you that continuous stress, anxiety, and worry will lead to ill health. It says to keep your eyes and ears open and remain very aware at this time, as you are asked to use your intuition and inner knowing. Now, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what the hell you worried about, because there really ain't no need for you to be worried. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this Three of Pentacles is what has you upset. The key words of the Three of Pentacles are long-term rewards, craftsmanship, abilities, talent, skills, security, plans, goals, creativity, trade, skilled labor, renown, good workmanship, recognition, glory, and success. It tells of talent, skills, and abilities put to good use. Now is the time to put favorable plans into action, as they will be successful. There is a focus on the recognition of skills and hard work. You may find that employers or potential employers have taken note of your abilities and quality of work. You may be called upon to work on a project that will benefit from your skills. It tells of success to be had and suggests that your efforts will be well rewarded. It tells of long-term rewards after much hard work and personal effort. There may be a feeling that your efforts, talents, and skills are being put to good use and you are helping others as well as yourself. These efforts are recognized, acknowledged, and appreciated, which will bring you personal satisfaction. It tells of material recognition and a reward for a job well done. The proof of your abilities and honest hard work are about to be rewarded. Business opportunities and profitable ventures are highlighted when this card appears in a reading. Take advantage of this auspicious time. Financial affairs will blossom, particularly if you work for or within a large organization or family business. You may receive a great deal of personal satisfaction from the success of the venture and from recognitions from others. The spiritual rewards will be great, though the material gain may be less than expected. It indicates an opportunity that may lead to a promotion and or gain in a business or commercial transaction or venture. It is an indication that your efforts will be finally rewarded. There is recognition and award or reward for your skills, talents, and or abilities. It indicates an excellent time for construction or renovations to all buildings, be they home, office buildings, sheds, and the like. Plans and works will run smoothly and efficiently. It represents teamwork and people working towards a common goal. It can signify a need for planning and forethought and can be assigned to slow down and consider things carefully before taking action rather than taking on more than you can handle. There it is. If you are looking to move residence, the best time to both sell and buy property is right now. Things should run smoothly. It implies that you are to be commended for some excellent work you have undertaken and completed to an exacting standard. Just rewards are on their way. It asks that you expand your horizons and investigate the spiritual perfection that is freely available. Know that it is to be used for the highest good, using power, authority, and right action. The Three of Pentacles next to the Sun brings a message that your innate talents will come to the fore and you will have success and personal fulfillment. You have a right to feel secure in your path and are asked to maintain faith in yourself and to stay positive. Now, threes can sometimes represent um, the idea of suspended events. Okay, like I said, in other words, it is the idea that you may have to wait a moment uh, before things actually start moving. But whatever this long-awaited news is, it is on its way. Now, I want to take a look at this Ten of Wands for you. And then I'm going to take a look at this reversed Justice card. And to me, this could be some kind of thing saying that if there was an injustice done to you, it will be righted. Here is the Ten of Wands. And this deduces, like I said, down to an ace. Next to the star, it is implying that your current plans will come to fruition in quick time and that all you undertake will be successful. A most favorable time is following. It suggests that one may be overburdened with responsibilities and commitments. It implies a sense of oppression which may cause unhappiness and distress. It tells that pride may be standing in the way of delegation and that this is not addressed, the workload not evenly shared. This may prove too much for the individual, leading to further duress. It shows a person who may be overburdened with worries and stress and who is trying to do too much at once. It indicates that burdens can become too oppressive to carry, and you are warned of the difficulties which are sometimes incurred by not being fully aware of your own limits. You are asked to stop what you are doing and reprioritize. It may indicate that you are not at peace with yourself and you are acting in a selfish and thoughtless manner. It indicates that a problem may soon be solved, although it can also mean that force and energy has been applied for selfish ends. It may be indicating that you may receive material rewards, but spiritually you are floundering at this time. Now, it says, if you are involved in a lawsuit, you most certainly face defeat when the Ten of Wands appears in a reading. It also tells you that to regain inner peace, you should try to be more generous, both emotionally and materially. It indicates a dark time in one's life, or the darkness before the dawn, when nothing seems to go as planned, leading to fruition and stress. You are asked to be patient and tolerant and do not use your powers unwisely. It is indicative that you will overcome difficulties using tenacity and perseverance, and it is essential that you come to terms with all aspects of your life. It tells you to prepare yourself to be calm and strong in the face of unexpected events or situations so that you are able to deal with them accordingly. It indicates that it is a time to set limits and restrictions on yourself and others. This time will not last long, and you will be glad for the benefits achieved. So what is this? The reversed Justice card, and it is an 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Some cards have it as 10, some cards have it as 11. Justice. The divinatory meaning is a need for clarity of mind, impartial justice, an impartial judgment, and a balanced intellect. The reverse keywords: unfairness, intolerance, injustices, legal complications, bigotry, bias, and excessive severity. Appearing reversed is indicating that a karmic lesson has been experienced and you are to fully understand its meaning and lessons. Acceptance is the key. Appearing reversed, it may be implying that someone around you has taken advantage of you. It may also imply false accusations and intolerance. You are unable to change things at this time, so your only option is to learn from the lesson. Do not allow it to happen again. Handle the situation as best you can and then move on. It may be indicating an injustice or loss in your life. Move on regardless and trust that there is better to come. It may be telling of someone feeling inadequate and or insecure. It may be indicating that your behavior may have been excessive as of late, and this may result in repercussions, perhaps in the form of a fine. It asks you to work within the law, as being issued with fines and penalties is indicated. It may also imply legal complications and setbacks are imminent. Therefore, avoid acting at this point if at all possible. Injustice and loss are hovering, so avoid confrontations at this time. It counsels against accepting injustice in exchange for a quiet and uncomplicated life, even if it means seeing someone being treated unfairly. It tells of a need to stop worrying and to direct your energies elsewhere. It may be that a situation where there is a deadlock, a completely new approach is needed in order to work through the problem and make progress. In negative situations, it can resemble imbalance, coldness, and a destructive streak impeding relationships. I don't know if this is what the issue is about, but I'm here to tell you that whatever this thing is that you are worried about, or you think you don't see, or you are fearful of making a move, you are literally doing yourself a great injustice from this. So all I'm going to do is take a look at this Eight of Swords. I don't know. I just get the sense that you're like afraid to either accept whatever this good news is that's coming into your life, or accept the terms and conditions. Not that they're, that they are unfavorable to you. But there's just, I don't know why you are afraid. Look at all the activity going on around this Eight of Swords. I mean, yet there you are afraid to move. And I don't know why that is. And some of you will be moving. You're going to get some kind of financial news that's going to require you to move. And maybe this is also what that's telling you. You don't know that yet. I don't get the sense that you were necessarily waiting on something, but maybe you were. Let's see. The Amuleto, which is a Four of Swords, so to speak. The Sospiri. I don't know why you feel as though you've been left behind, or that you're missing out on something during this break. Because look, it's whatever, why ever you are feeling this way, if it's just excessive worry or anxiety, it's pointless. You know, only you can control the way that you think. And once you can get a handle on whatever this is, because look, this has already come in to show you the situation exactly as it is. Okay? I'm going to look at one other thing before I gotta drag that book out. First, let me read you these cards. Here is the Amuleto. Now, I don't know if maybe somebody's been sick in your family and that's the reason why, but basically, it says it's a card that puts health and well-being in the forefront. It can represent an illness, past or future, or someone who is already ill. It is connected to hospital appointments and periods of feeling unwell, both physically and mentally. The predominant meaning of this card is that of a prolonged illness, recovery from an illness, and visits to the hospital or doctor. But in a broader sense, it foretells a period in which you will be forced to interrupt your daily routine and visit places that you would rather not go. It does herald a period of hardship and difficulty, resulting in subsequent dejection, demotivation, apathy, and depression. The card represents a block and a pause in the smooth flowing of daily life. Just as sickness is seen as interrupting health, this card is interpreted as a sort of interruption, stagnation, and a temporary block which causes nuisance and inner unrest. It says that when this card is followed by positive cards, it highlights the need to take a break from a very stressful situation so that you can regain your health and inner strength. It says there may be a strong desire to go on holiday or even to a more spiritual level to spend more time in meditation, prayer, and in following your spiritual pursuits to nurture the soul after a spiritually taxing period of stress and hardship. Metaphorically, it represents any situation that is sick. This can be an unhealthy relationship, a personal flaw that needs healing, or a situation that is rife with pain, personal affront, and or corruption. It can also indicate a pathological relationship with another or something that has been spoiled. It also has a connotation of something being tainted and unclean. Professionally, it indicates the medical profession, nursing, and sometimes, but very rarely, doctors. It can also indicate a patient. Financially, it indicates a period of stagnation and of little or no income. It indicates the need for state welfare or sickness benefits. It indicates the need to do some soul searching and to deepen your connection with spirit. But the card also acts like a warning, as it can indicate a ticking bomb, the calm before the storm, or a situation that seems still and okay, but that is eventually going to erupt and backfire, causing great damage. It also warns you of situations that can lull you into a false sense of security, or simply people who make you ill. Okay? So I think whatever the situation is right now, you are really, for some reason, like you've been left behind. This is the card of great anxiety and preoccupation. It is one of tears and anxiety. The anxiety is apparently caused by circumstances that you are aware of, while the problem lies elsewhere. See the arrow being pointed in the back? It's going this way. It has to do with this card. The card indicates the presence of a discordant energy, the crooked arrow, whether it be the situation, a person, or your own inner self that is causing them a state of inner unrest. It is the card of desperate desires and unrequited love and troubled relationship caused by people who do not know how to love unselfishly. But it also represents waiting and long delays that are the cause of extreme inner tension. There is uncertainty around your fate, or maybe the fate of a person or situation dear to your heart. This uncertainty, however, is not caused by a past event, but is due to something being projected into the future. Will this situation reveal itself? In essence, the card describes a fear of the future due to present precarious positions. It indicates someone who desperately wants to hope for a better tomorrow, and unrealistic hope is maybe the only thing that they have got left to sustain them. Now, it says that this kind of hope offers no real comfort, and it's often an excuse to not see things as they really are. More broadly, it can indicate someone who has shed a lot of tears over something, and it casts a pall of anxiety and precariousness over the area inquired about. It does not preclude success. It does indicate a missed opportunity, or one that has been perceived as such, indicated by the ship that has now sailed, leaving the woman behind. Now, in love, it indicates unrequited love and unrealistic attachment to an idea of how things should be or have been, a turbulent relationship, or it can herald turbulence, or it could simply be a long distance relationship. Financially, it points to investments that need more time to bear fruit and offers to be wary of a lack of initiative and, yes, sometimes even missed opportunities. But the card points to feelings of inner turmoil caused by confusion and the inability to hear the inner guidance of the soul. Now, it says that particular importance needs to be paid to the arrow, which indicates the answer has been sought in the wrong direction. When surrounded by positive cards, it indicates someone who has just started to steer their boat or their life path in the right direction after a long period of having veered off the true path and purpose. Now, sometimes It can refer to large modes of transportation, such as trains, boats, buses, trucks, and planes. There is also a connection to the idea of long journeys, often abroad, as well as long distances. But yet, here is the card of prosperity. The Gran Consolazione, the Grand Consolation. And he is a 7 of Wands. Let me get to him. The card represents success and affirmations in all areas. It is a clear signal that one is able to turn one's dreams into a reality. It is the card of recognition, fame, gaining a good reputation, and prosperity. It is the light at the end of a tunnel, a blessing that comes as a result of having taken the right actions in the past. In love, it heralds a period of success, harmonious relationships, reconciliation, and engagement or wedding, but it also represents a period of optimism and a positive outlook on life. Financially, it represents money, various assets, and property. It can also herald a period of wealth and prosperity thanks to hard work and not blind luck. It can also stand for your work environment, in which case the card is neither good nor bad. The key words are satisfaction and honor. These are correct because those two words have an implication of fulfilled dreams, ambition, and fame. Look, I don't know what it is you've been trying to do or what you've been working on or why you've been working on it, but there it is. So I'm not going to pull a romance angel or an angel answer. I'm going to pull a golden Nostradamus card. Because basically, I think at this particular point in time, you're being your own worst enemy by your fear, worried. Maybe you put in for a job and you're fearful that you're not going to get it, or there's going to be somebody better than you, more qualified than you, whatever the case may be. But don't think that way. And you are so close. I don't think you even realize how close you are. You just got to maintain the balance. That's it. And you will be moving. I don't know how or when, but you're going to get, I think, some kind of job offer is going to come that's going to help you to move. You may have to move for a new job. And honestly, in this particular time frame, in terms of what's happening with the economy, this is really a blessing, okay? It's the Zodiac card, number 26. The hours and days seem to fly past when emotions and experience come hard and fast. Every soul should found their actions on willpower and decisiveness. Now you are too sluggish and not reflective enough. Fortune does not smile upon the lazy. And what that means is you have to get your ass out of this energy, okay, and do what's necessary, even if you don't know where that's going to lead you. What I can tell you is that it's going to lead you out of this situation, okay? That's what I have for you, Pisces, for May. I'm so glad I can bring that message to you. I worry about Pisces so much. You guys, go through a lot, and people take advantage of you, and sometimes you're too, and I don't mean this as a criticism, but sometimes you guys are too gentle for your own good. And you have to, there's nothing wrong with putting yourself forward. It does not imply that you are greedy or you are attention seeking or you are, cutthroat or, and I don't know why it always stands to reason that, ambition can be, when it's a man, ambition is seen as something good, but when it's a woman, you're considered being out of your place to be ambitious, and that's bullshit. So, until next time, namaste.